Good evening, everybody. This is your boy Wolfgang here right now. I have a very, 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 very special guest with me today. He's Aussie, but we won't hold that against him. Um, no, but I have to say I'm very happy with this one because I have a very, very astute and he's so talented as well. He knows about MMA, he knows about graphics. Would you like to please introduce yourself, sir?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Leroy, I mean, I'm essentially the director of the Fightweek show. I like to sit in the background and just creep in the background while the boys are running the streams, as you've seen
yeah.
plenty of times.
Yeah. And they may have a pair of a speech bubble over their head or now and then. He will play practical jokes. That's what I like about Leroy. That's why I love him, but that's why I wanted him on the show. But yeah, please, right? Carrying off that introduction, tell them about what the Fight Week show is and who you guys that are running it and all that. Please elaborate.
Yeah, sure. I mean, like as you're well aware, like we're just mad passionate fans about mixed martial arts, and we decided to get together and make a go at creating content for people to enjoy, create a community, and yeah, I mean, it started off as just like a real something that you're real passionate about, right? Like just like, and also a means to explore the creativity side of content creation and all those kind of things, right? It's yeah, we're just taking it more serious every day, and every day that passes, we get a little bit better at every aspect, and yeah, there's not too much to it really,
Mm.
just a lot of time.
How much do you enjoy it though?
Out of 10, I mean, if I can turn it into something full time, 100%. That I could easily see myself doing this day in day out forever.
Good for you. That's what you should be. I just noticed your name and how you spelled it on the screen.
Yeah, real. Yeah.
Yeah. You see, this is what I mean about this guy being a practical joker. He's put his name on the screen backwards. There you go. That's not his real name, by the way. Hang on, if I can just point the right way. That's not. You got to spell it the other way around.
Yeah,
Then you get his real
you
name.
gotta flip it.
Yeah, as I said, he's a bit of a joker. So right, we'll start. You said about where did your passion for fighting come into? Where did it start?
It's a good question. I guess I've always been. I mean, I take it right back to when I was little. My mom used to buy me the WWE wrestling, WWF at the time.
Oh yeah.
Wrestling videos. I used to love watching that. And then I think, shit, I would have been like 7 or 8. And my older sister, told me it was fake. And I remember being so
Heartbroke.
pissed
Yeah.
off. Yeah. I didn't
Yeah.
believe her. And like, I asked my mom, and my mom said, yeah, it's fake. And I'm like, I just remember being so betrayed. Like, why wouldn't you tell me this was fake?
Your
So,
Mori didn't really power up, He was just shaking his arms on the rope, I
yeah,
mean, like,
yeah,
well
yeah,
over. They're like, no,
yeah.
I thought he was supernatural.
And so, yeah. And so I guess as soon as I came across MMA, it's like, as they say, like it is, as Israel Adesanya said, it's as real as it gets, and it's mind blowing, and it's just captivating. I'm absolutely obsessed with it.
What can I ask? What era of wrestling was you watching? Was it more Hulk Hogan, Macho Man sort of era, or was
So
it?
it was right at the end of Hulk Hogan. So there was shit. It's been a while. Triple H was still big. The Undertaker, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh hell
Uh,
yeah!
yeah. A lot of those characters. Rey Mysterio, Chris Jericho. I don't know how I'm remembering these right now. It's been
You smell what the Rock is cooking?
yeah. The Rock was there. Yeah, Booker T. Um,
Can you dig
honestly,
it?
I don't fuck with it at all anymore. Like
Yeah, once your heart's broken, isn't it?
yeah.
It's over. Like, because I got into wrestling a bit earlier than what you did. Because how old are you, may I ask?
I'm 31.
You're 31.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm 6 years older than you. That's
See, old as
crazy.
fuck. Well, I feel old. You must be old as fuck.
No, well, I'm not being funny. If you actually look at us, you look like you're older than me. You got the gray on the beard and everything, man. Like, damn.
Yeah.
Like...
This patch is from my first child, and this one's from my second.
All right, fair enough.
And the thinning up tops from the missus.
Daddy loves you.
Yeah.
Daddy really does love you. We mean that. Oh dear. Well,
Wolfie,
all right.
you got any kids?
No, sir, I don't.
That's why you
No,
look so
sir.
damn youthful, mate.
I know. But the thing is, I have been in there and helped raise others.
Oh yeah.
So it's one of those ones where, I mean, I've always been very, when it comes to family and stuff, Lee, I have to say I've been very careful with that, and I've not put myself about where I shouldn't. I've not put myself in any Jeremy Kyle or Jerry Springer type situations. Thank God. Like, you know what I mean? I've got I've already got like 2 or 3 men. They got kids with girls they don't like, and they hardly ever see their kids and shit. So it was a great example not to be like them, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but I've got my missus now, Kate, and everything's going steady with her. We've been talking a while, dating a while. It's been good.
That's good to hear, mate.
You know what I mean? That's it. I want to do all the things like have kids and married, but it's one of those ones where nowadays things like that, how can I put it? It's very common to have a child and kid, but you know, it's like a broken home sort of thing. You know what I mean? There's always a mom and a kid, or not a dad, or is there a kid and a mom? Yeah, you know what I mean?
The last thing you want to do is
do it properly, do it right, or don't do it.
Yeah, that's the one you want to spend every day with. That's the person.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it's not like any of the girls I've had before. I've not been against marriage with them or having kids with them, but when I look at the reasons to say my last 2-3 girlfriends, like the reasons we've broken up have been so immature and silly. It's just like, yeah, if that's how you're going to be about one situation, like I'm glad I didn't get involved with you in this one, because then I would really be in the deep end. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's just like, and I'm still smiling.
And on that note too of having a partner that you want to spend, like, there's no way I could invest as much time into the Fightweek show as I do if I didn't have the support of my partner, because with 2 little kids, like she takes over so much to allow me to actually do this stuff.
Well, that's the thing, that when my mates talk about some of their misses, it's just like they talk about like it's a boulder or an anchor attached. And with me, like with my missus, she's actually quite supportive. You know what I mean? Like I'm in full agreement. If it doesn't feel like if it doesn't feel like it's adding to your life, why do it? You know?
Yeah.
So, let me just quickly big up everyone in the chat. By the way, just Mama Flossie, big up. Good to see you.
Oh, nice. Mama Flossie's here.
Good. Yeah, she's the only other legitimate member of my channel. She's got admin rights and everything. If I was to go to jail tomorrow and say, "Mama, can you shut down my channel for me, please, until I'm released in about 20 years?" She could do it.
What would you be going to jail for?
Killing half the people I work for. I'm tempted. I'm tempted. Big up early doors as well, football. Go please subscribe to this gentleman. He's a right gent, is Tony. So please, big up. Hope everyone's
much appreciated.
Well. Good evening, all. Now, obviously, hang on. Here we go. Big up the wolf. It's actually Leroy. Yeah, but he's just put his name backwards there to just be a twat.
The boys call me Yoro.
All right, you can call me. All right, sorry. Are you uncomfortable with me calling you by your proper first name? Or should
No. I don't care. You can call me Dickhead if you want. Doesn't bother me.
I wouldn't do that, Precious. You're too sweet to me. Like, you know what I mean? This guy made me a mod on a Fightweek show. I've loved this guy for that. You know what I mean? Like, and literally, I've been there ever since. Literally, just every fucking stream I can get on.
Yeah, you crushed it.
Thank you.
I'm always fishing for your comments to put them up on the screen.
I appreciate that, because you were the one that, I have a good relationship with Oliver and Naz, but you were the one that made me a mod, as far as I know, because you literally said, like, who wants to be a mod? I was like, me. You were like, all right, done.
Yeah.
it's been like that ever since. So big up to Leroy for that.
Yeah.
Or arsehole, Pratt.
Yeah, whatever works, mate.
Whatever you call him. Okay. Because on the weekend it was broken because of Tony Ferguson. We're not going to go into that.
Yeah. You didn't need to bring that up.
No. The reason I mentioned it because Oliver was mentioning ketchup on Tony's show last night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know what Oliver's like, isn't it? He's not going to be humble with it. He's showing.
And if it was the other way around, I wouldn't be either.
Yeah. That was the problem. I was hoping Tony would make his face look like ketchup too, but this didn't work out. Because I remember watching that guy all the way through Ultimate Fighter when he first came on, and how much he's progressed and whatever. But I'll get onto that in a minute. So, when you first got into mixed martial arts, what was there anything else that brought you into martial arts when you were younger? Was there anything else? Was you a Dragon Ball fan when you were growing up?
Fucking love Dragon Ball Z. That was the shit.
All real fight fans, if you don't support Dragon Ball Z, you're not a fucking fight fan.
Yeah. I was big into Dragon Ball Z. I did karate as a kid as well.
Oh, right. I was just about to say, do you have a base? And you got karate. Did you keep it up?
So no, I didn't. I didn't find karate. It comes back to that real thing. It just didn't feel real. It felt like we were always training for competition. Like, it just didn't seem effective in a scenario like a real fight scenario, like an MMA fight.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I stopped doing that. I really didn't do much in terms of training wise in a structured setting for a really long time. My two best mates were both doing Zendukai. They were both well trained, so they were my two best mates. We used to fuck around all the time. I never went training, but we would always be fucking around training. They'd be showing me shit. So I always just had like an unofficial approach to it.
He's a black belt and copying his mates.
Yeah. Oh, I'm a black belt and talking shit, and then getting them to defend me.
I was like, "Hey, you're an arsehole. Come here, guys. Hey,
Yeah.
hola, yo, hey." I know loads of people like that. They give it the figure and then they run off.
Yeah. No, I never won for confrontation, but I if someone started shit with me, I did have a hard time shutting my mouth.
Yeah, I'm like that. I'm a big mouth as well. I regard even I'm like you. I did a bit when I was younger, but through my teens and my 20s, I never kept it up, and I regret it now because I used to do a bit of kickboxing and stuff like that. So
Right.
I do regret not sticking at it because you know what I mean. Like I want to be kind of like especially with nowadays as well. Because back in those days when we were younger, MMA wasn't big, and being a martial artist wasn't considered that big a thing. Nowadays, it's like the in thing now. You gotta be a bit.
Yeah. Growing up, man, it would like I'm assuming Pommies are the same as the Aussies. Like we love to scrap. We love a good punch on. Whether you're in it or you're watching it, we love it. But like plenty of schoolyard scraps, plenty of club scraps out the front, getting arrested, being there, done all that jazz. Like, yeah, it was fun.
I tell you, it's funny you mentioned that because even when we were younger, we were like 13 or 14, and we were like doing things like going down the football pitches and on going down. We were still doing mad shit like clotheslining each other over the little wooden fence and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And some of them would legitimately clothesline you. By the way, they wouldn't. It wouldn't be they just protect. They would legitimately try and lob you over the top of it. So even if it was playing, like there was a degree of it that was real. I remember, who's it that got me in an ankle lock? I mean, proper ankle lock. They got me and like started twisting the top of my foot while I was laying on the floor. I can't remember. Was it Ashley or someone? I can't remember. But
well, we grew up playing rugby as well, right? Rugby's basically MMA, but somebody's holding a football.
Well, sorry about that. That was a bit of a random comment from Andrew. But yeah, I didn't really get into rugby. I tried.
You're too busy watching soccer.
No, I wasn't even that because when I was
watching people take dives when their ankles get brushed
by
winds.
No, a bit of that. But you gotta understand, when I was like 0 to about 16, 17, 18, I was a bit of a geek, man. I was all into robots and Star Trek and nerdy things like that.
So I've always been a massive nerd.
Fair enough. What's the most nerdy thing you're into?
I guess chess. Everyone knows chess.
I got chess as well. I was the only person to beat my teacher in my school.
Oh yeah. I was part of the chess club in primary school until my balls dropped in. I started noticing girls. Then chess was out the window.
I resent that. I resent what you said.
Your balls haven't dropped yet.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to end this. No joke. Oh, hang on. The other member of the Fight Week show is here. Oi, Wolfie got my partner on the show. Like he's completely denied your existence since Saturday, by the way, Ola. Since that Tony Ferguson.
Yeah, I'm still salty.
Since I said it to him about you trying to get catch up the other day with Tony on his show, he's been like, "Oh, I don't know who this other guy is." It's just a Fight Week show, just a Fight Week showcase now. Big Dracula on the show. Why'd you call him Dracula?
You'll have to ask him.
Welcome to my show. I just did. Right, welcome to my show and my home. All right. Sorry, hang on. So you got into mixed martial arts. So when you first started getting into mixed martial arts, who were the guys that grabbed your attention? Because I'm assuming you got it into what? Like Hoist Gracie late era, or was it like
after Hoist? And that would be earlier. No, it was after. It was like Randy Couture was really the first guy I was like, he was up there. Yeah, let's see this.
Yeah, good fire. Yeah. But then again, I can't say nothing about hairlines because if he's Dracula, I get called RoboCop. So it's just like drop it, still alive, you're coming with me, like all that kind of jazz. So I'm not gonna say shit about hairlines. I'm really not. People think, you know what I mean? My hairline's been like this since birth, but people think I'm going bald. And it's jokes because it's like, no, my hairline's actually like, my head is actually naturally this big.
You just got an African forehead.
Yes, yes, yes. It's humongous. But it just means I have a big brain. Sod all will in it, my brain, but I have a big brain if I want to use it, you know, capacity. So like, was there anyone else that's that? Because obviously you said Randy Couture was other. What was the other that was? I don't know, like a Chuck Liddell in
Yeah,
your
the
view?
Iceman for sure. The Iceman was up there. I even like Tito Ortiz.
The beef between them two was good, wasn't it?
It was good, yeah. I just Tito, you just like he would just say the most wild shit, and you're like, this fucking guy, man. But really, what really helped get me right into MMA was Conor McGregor.
Oh my days! Shut up, Ola. No one asked you about our nicknames.
Hey,
I about
Robocop's
his.
better than Rent-A-Cop.
Well, I'm neither. I'm neither a robot cop or a renter cop. Like, by the way, that nickname was already given to me by DJ Crane. By the way, Ola, he's been calling me Robo Wolfie and everything for about 3-4 weeks. So you're very late. Leroy Loki saying you got.
Funny for it, yeah.
Well, it's better than having fish eyes like you do, Ola, after a watch along on those roll ups. Like, Wolfie, I can't see you no more, but thank you for modding my watch along. he says he's tired, but we know better, don't we, Leroy? We know better.
He's floating in the clouds.
You know what I mean? So I'm up there with Kai of Arts. But anyway, that's another tale for another time. So just going back to it, before you got to, was there any other inspirations like Bruce Lee, or was you a Power Rangers fan? Did you used to like watch VR Troopers? Like, was there any other like martial arts inspirations?
What is VR Troopers?
You don't know what VR Troopers is?
Am I missing out on something?
You might be, but it might be too late for you.
It might be too late. It's hard to go back and watch old stuff unless you've already seen it.
Because, like you said, your balls dropped, and it's one of those ones. It's a bit nerdy. Basically,
yeah, right.
It was like Power Rangers, but there was 3 of them, and instead of calling on like the morphing grid or whatever else, they used the power of virtual reality to give themselves armor and stuff.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I was a big Power Rangers fan when I was real little. It was the only way my mum could get me to eat green peas. Because I needed, if I wanted to be big and strong like a Power Ranger, I needed to eat my peas. I'll tell you what. Fucking love me some peas, mate.
Yeah, rice and peas. Follow how you say rice and peas, and Ola pops back into the chat. Big up, Ola.
Yeah, Ola. I mean, without Ola was the one who started the Fightweek show way back when. I'm a latecomer, essentially.
You and me both, mate. You and me both. I've only gone to this YouTube thing for like maybe 3 or 4 months, but I'm stunned with how many nice people I've met. Like, they really are top-notch people.
It's a good community. Even like, I mean, especially with Ola's association with Arsenal and like Lee Gunner and whatnot. I've met a lot of football fans, and everyone who's a fan of Lee Gunner are surprisingly very nice.
No, the Lee Gunner rats, as they all are. They're all very nice people.
Lee Gunner is awesome. I don't know why he gets so much slack. I don't know much about soccer, so
I've never spoken to him.
No,
I've never. No, well, I'm not an Arsenal fan. I'm a Chelsea fan, so I'm not part of that like Arsenal little circle, if you like, because obviously I do more things with Naz, Tony, and the others. So like, you know what I mean? Like, I big up that lot because obviously Jezza's nice, Lee's nice. Ken's absolutely adorable. I love that guy.
Yeah,
big up Unks.
I really like Kenny. Yeah, he's a good
Kenny's
guy.
a lovely dude. But yeah, like if I ever get the chance to talk to Lee, maybe one day I will. I do like send him super chats and stuff every now and then because obviously now that I'm doing my own YouTube thing, I'm not really on his as much as I was. I do adore Lee, but I think many of the reasons why he gets a lot of slack is because he doesn't go with the consensus. And obviously nowadays, if you're not with us,
he has some wild takes, but I mean, at the same time, you got to understand that he's running a show. Like you can't just be the mundane take every damn time.
Well, the thing is, when it comes to Lee, he's one of those ones. His opinions, he's got his opinions, but they're also backed up by years of anger and disappointment, because obviously he supported Arsenal when they were a very good club and obviously grew up with that. And like with my club now, over the last 4 or 5 years, you've kind of watched them go, and you hate it. You really do hate it. Hang on. Big up Lady Macduff in the house. Hope you guys are well. Just popped in before the Rangers game. Okay. You haven't got a bet on, have you, Rosie? I hope not. Because obviously you won't get your penalty again. No. The Rangers, believe it or not, virtually every game this season, they've got a penalty one way or the other. Like every game. Literally every game. If they didn't get one tonight, I'd be absolutely stunned.
So I heard with the betting that if you place a bet for a team to win and it goes to a penalty shootout at the end and your team wins, you still don't win your bet money.
Don't know, mate. I don't bet.
Oh.
What do you think? What do I think of what, Rosie? What have you? What
Rangers
Rangers?
game.
Well, hopefully you win, innit? If you've got a bet on. What do you mean behave myself? What have I done wrong? Why are you telling me off? Like, what have I said? I only asked a question. Why am I getting told off? There you go. Correct. Hang on. No, if I have a bet on. Oh, if I have a bet on. What do you mean if? Why are you teasing us about if? Oh, the penalties. Oh, right. Okay, fair enough. There you go. Hey, Leroy, you're absolutely correct. Yes, you are absolutely correct.
I'm always correct.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
Listen, mate, it's one of my biggest flaws is that I'm always right.
Apart from when Tony Ferguson got destroyed over the weekend. And then I'm a Tony fan. That hurt to watch, by the way, because all Pimbley did was sit on top of him. If this was old school MMA, they would have got stood up a couple of times, and like because he literally just laid on top of him. They didn't even do a lot of ground and pound, to be honest.
Listen, he almost had him out in the first round.
Yeah, almost.
That would have broke my heart.
Well, he didn't. Bets on for 90 minutes. Say it on. Oh, bets off for 90 minutes. It says it on the bet. Oh, there you go then. Yeah, he's just.
Oh, that's fucked. That's rough. Your team wins and you still don't win. You win money.
Oh, fair enough. Well, that's a bit of a pisser though. Never mind. But yeah, going back to our association with actual conversation, because we kind of spinned it off a bit. Hang on. Oh, here we go. Obviously started on a bet conversation now. Your bet is only valid as a part of the 90 plus added time. Anything outside of the time becomes invalid. Okay, everyone's telling us now. That's why I was saying correct. All right, okay, yeah. No one said you were wrong. Yeah, we know we can cash out on bets, Rosie. We know that.
Macduff, you're wrong. There you go. I said you were wrong.
Whoa, oh, hang on. Wait, beef. Shots fired. All good, Rosie. Liverpool West Ham game on soon. Both teams put on decent sides. Well, hopefully it's a good game. Won't be any more boring than what Liverpool did against Man United the other day. But anyway, moving on. With the comes. What? Oh, that's a reasonably new thing. Okay. I never win them, so I don't do it. Why is everyone now talking about bets in the chat, man? This ain't 365. What are you guys up to? Anyway, so when you got into MMA and you saw the Tito Ortiz, who for you was what kept you watching it? Like who became your favorites? Give me Leroy's top 5 favorite fighters of MMA. When you
let me start with the first half of that. In Australia, the usual time for a pay-per-view is around midday on a Sunday. So unless it was a big fight, you were usually off. I grew up on the beach, right? I grew up next to one of the best beaches on the planet. So if it was during the day, you were usually off surfing, climbing a mountain, doing all sorts of outdoor shit, right? Unless it was a big.
Wait, what part of Australia did you grow up? What, with Crocodile Dundee? That's a nice point.
In Queensland, so yes, like it's northeast of Australia.
Ah, okay.
And so unless it was a big card, you wouldn't really be watching. I mean, you get catch all the highlights and shit like that. And I wasn't as diehard as I am now. I was also big into rugby as well. So rugby was you would watch every game, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday. You don't just watch your own team, you would watch every game.
But who is your rugby team?
Brisbane Broncos.
Ah, okay. International, same thing, Australia?
Well, I'm half Kiwi, so my allegiance tends to flip-flop over that one.
Oh
If
dear.
it was Australia versus New Zealand, I'd go for Australia.
All right, I was about to say because I was just wondering, like, if you're a bit of a New Zealand, because I'm not being funny, they are one of the better sides, aren't they? New Zealand
Yeah, yeah,
over
yeah.
their entirety. So, you know, what's our early prediction? What's our early prediction? Oh, what's your prediction early? All right, okay, fair enough. Who's it? Who are you calling a glory hunter? Rosie, you started beef in the chat. Behave yourself. All right, I'm out of here. Have a great stream. Big up to you all. All right, big up. Yeah, stay care, brother. Look after yourself. Right. So, okay, the second part of my question: who were the fighters that kept you interested? Why did your interest in MMA grow more again?
So definitely when Conor McGregor hit the scene.
Why is it always Conor McGregor?
If you go back to that time, man, like if it wasn't just his outlandish comments and all the rest of it, like he called himself Mystic Mac, and he was predicting how he was gonna do shit, and then he'd go and fucking do it. It was just like
Yeah.
no one was doing that at all. It was
No,
insane.
Chael Sonnen had the mic skills.
Chael Sonnen had the mic skills, but he didn't have the fighting skills. Like he was good, but he was never
Yeah, Conor's
championship caliber. Like I mean, apart from that one time where he almost beat an older Anderson Silva and then blew his load in the 5th round and got subbed.
Well, don't forget they had two fights, didn't they? The one afterwards was, and he literally slips over and Anderson Silva smashes his brains in.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Chael's one of my favorites. Even now, he has a way of presenting that frustrates you, but keeps you in enough that you still care what he says.
Oh, hang on. I just realized this comment was meant for you, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you're a glory hunter
why is that?
because Rosie's just called you a
Up for flip flopping.
flip. She says you're like an Australian fish doing that. Like,
Yeah. Well, so we have 2 codes of rugby in Australia: rugby league and rugby union. Rugby union's the international stuff that a lot of people refer to,
yeah.
like New Zealand, Australia, England, South Africa, and then you have rugby league, which is generally just the NRL code that's just inside of Australia and one Kiwi team.
Fair enough.
So I never really watched Union that much.
So he's not flip flopping. He just is the way he is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my heritage is actually more Kiwi than Australian. It's just that I was born in Australia.
So basically, because of the beach, it converted him. All the little wild things he got to do growing up.
But yeah, I mean, top 5 fighters, favorite fighters that kept me engaged. I mean, Tony Ferguson for sure. He's just a wild man, absolute wild man. Bas Rutten was a guy that I didn't get to watch too much of because most of his career was in Japan, right? And I was pretty freaking young at that age.
He's quite good though.
It was great, and so his was a little short, but I loved watching his commentary after the fact. He did a lot of stuff on the side, and that was always entertaining. Yeah, one of the big motivators too was moving to Canada, where I am now. The time zone, I was on the West Coast, just outside of Vancouver there, and that geographically that's just above Las Vegas. So for all the fight card start times, it was always perfect for a Saturday night. So it allowed me to watch it, and I had nothing else going on. I was getting too old to be wanting to go out and go to the pub for a couple of beers. That was about it. So I got to watch all the events, and then just found like-minded people online. MMA is still pretty small, so you don't meet too many out in the wild.
Yeah, it's true. It's not grown that much yet.
Yeah, it's exploding, but it's still relatively new, right? And
compared to things like wrestling and football, yeah, it's only 20 years old now, right? In terms of mainstream, 20 years old.
Mainstream, right? yeah, almost 30 years.
Well, it's been around since about 96, 95.
92.
It's not really that.
But Dana White took over the UFC in 2001.
Yeah.
So if you want to, that's what they call the new era for boxing there. But I think the first UFC event was in 1991, I believe.
Rosie's got a question. She says, "Who is your MMA idol?"
It's a good question. It would
What?
probably be
What, McGregor again?
no.
You got nothing. You done nothing. Sorry.
Probably Tony Ferguson.
Why
But
Tony? Because there's been better fighters than him. Let's be honest. And I know you've seen them.
he was just different, like when people would everything that he did was to a different beat than everybody else. And I tend to find a lot of that in myself.
Yeah, he was his own person. There wasn't
either him or Robert Whittaker.
Oh, Robert, yeah, he was a good fighter as well.
He is a good fighter. No, it was a good fighter.
Well, that's what I said. Is.
Oh, did you? I thought you said
Yeah,
was.
No, I said is. That's it is. But that's the same thing I thought about Forrest Griffin, and obviously Stephen Bonner, because like they had kind of that different personalities in the sense of they were very, even when they were having a fight, they were still very jovial, calm, funny.
Yeah, Forrest Griffin strikes you as just the everyday man who just knew how to kick some ass.
Yeah, exactly. He just loves to fight.
Yeah.
He even says it. I just love to fight sometimes. Olo says McGregor and Ronda Rousey era drew in a lot of new fans and changed how the landscape of MMA.
That's good. Ronda Rousey, that's a really good point. Definitely. I mean, when they came to Australia, that's still it was the biggest crowd ever until the Adesanya Whittaker fight.
I'll tell you what,
MMA event.
I'll tell you another reason why these names help, because A, they're very white. No.
Easy to pronounce.
Well, yeah, they're very easy to pronounce, because don't forget, when you look at all the champions before that would have been Anderson Silvers and all the foreigners, if you like. So, and obviously with Ronda Rousey being the all-star wrestling girl, obviously Olympian and all that, she was just one of their first proper poster girls for their division. I might add, and that's another reason why I think that's actually a good call from Muller, because it got the girl. Because if you look at how the women's division has exploded and gone up since Ronda Rousey, you can't say that's not fair game when it comes down to the women's game. I think McGregor, I think you're right. I think it was just that he brought that new level of hype with him, but he could execute it.
And the other thing too is that you weren't just in this little isolated chamber where no one knew what the fuck you were talking about, so you never brought it up. Mm-hmm. Now everyone was talking about MMA, talking about Conor McGregor. It opened the door to be talking about other fighters and creating a more interest across the board in MMA, not just Conor McGregor.
Mm-hmm. Rosie says, on a personal note, I put Liverpool on my account, but you're a good guy. Okay, I think she's talking to early doors there. Yes, she was, Rosie. My son and dad met Hoist Gracie. My son recently took his first MMA fight from a mental health charity called Mind.
Oh, that's awesome.
I speak up. How old is he?
Oh, did he win?
Yeah, that's another good question. Back to the Adelaide fight, was quality with Rosa on 296. Yes, it was. That for me, that was fight of the night, by the way, the girls' fight, because they just stood in the pockets and just beat the crap out of each other. Or one beat one's face and the other one beat the other's leg. Because I'm not being funny.
It was a fucking good fight.
Did you see Adelaide's leg at the end of it and how it was just like that compared to the other one? It was just.
Well, Joe Rogan was on commentary, so you most definitely heard about the leg.
Yeah. Look at that leg! Look at that leg! Ow! Look at that leg!
Someone throws a leg kick, Joe Rogan loses his shit.
Yeah, because he was always like, oh, ooh, every leg kick, like he felt it. But then again, that's why we love Joe, though, isn't it? He's proper eccentric.
Oh, yeah.
Big up Ola Bro from the Yeti. We missed you, but I haven't gone anywhere. I've been here the whole time. Oh, sorry, you meant Yeti. All right, my bad. I'd be lost without that sarcastic emoji. Okay. I never use sarcasm. I can't even spell it. Oh, very funny. Very, very funny. So, okay. Who would you say then, as an MMA fan, was the worst you'd ever seen? And I'm going to come back to the idol question in a minute, but I'm going to ask you who was the worst one you see? Because Krokop was quite bad in the UFC. He was good in other divisions.
Which fighter didn't pan out well in the UFC?
No. Which one would you say was the worst you've seen in the UFC?
Oh, this is an easy one. And it's a throwback to our early conversation. CM Punk.
CM Punk.
Yeah. That was never going to end well. And he came back for a second go at it, and it went as bad as the first one.
Well, yeah, but he's not really an MMA fighter, is he? He's a wrestler, division hopper. Kind of like how Ronda Rousey is, into a little degree, because let's be honest.
Those two are nothing alike.
No, not in terms of like
nothing. There's nothing.
Oh no, what I mean is in terms of they did that WE MMA thing, the bounce between the two. Because 1 minute Ronda Rousey is going to come back to MMA, and no, she doesn't. Then she ends up WWE. CM
I
Punk
think
was the
that's just
same.
general hype talk. I don't think that's ever actually entertained.
All right, Allah. One more of these, and you're going in the sin bin. All right, and you're going to get banned. Right, Tony Ferguson owes me ketchup, and can Dracula and Robocop in mint in front of people that Ferguson is now a gatekeeper and Khabib is the best lightweight to ever do it. I want to hear you say it. All you hear me say, Ola, is shut up. Moving on.
No, I will address that right now.
Go on then.
Ferguson is a gatekeeper as of now. If he can't beat Paddy Pimblett, he's a gatekeeper because Paddy Pimblett isn't that good.
Well, how old is Tony now?
39.
39. And can I ask you a question? In the fight, as he was doing, he looked about 45.
He looked older than Wonder Boy, and Wonder Boy's 41. So
yeah, he did look older than Wonder Boy. Well, Wonder Man.
For the next half of this statement, Khabib is the best lightweight to ever do it. I think had we saw that one of the 5 Tony Ferguson versus Khabib fights would have put it to bed. I would say in terms of legacy, Khabib is the best to do it. But Islam's quickly coming up on that. As long as he doesn't fight Leon and starts taking on fighters in his own division. If he fights Justin Gaethje and does a better job of beating Gaethje than Khabib did, which is going to be hard to do because I think from memory, Khabib got him out in the second round. I mean, Khabib was so good; he was getting to the point where he didn't want to hurt Gaethje because his parents were there, so he just went for a submission to end it nice and easy.
Well, the thing is about Khabib, he had that style where as soon as you got you on the ground, that was it.
Oh, he just wrestle fuck you
that's
he'd
it.
Maul you he'd maul you like a bear.
Because one thing about how do you rate Khabib's ground and pound?
Exceptional. His stand up striking sucked, but he didn't need it. He didn't even need to feint a jab to shoot a takedown. He would just shoot a takedown.
Yeah, I know he was.
I'll just keep going. I will outgrind you. He does what Colby always tried to do.
This is a good Dracula. Back to Rosie's son. Zach trained for 6 weeks. They put him against an experienced fighter in his weight category. The boy's dad and uncle were fighters. I thought it was really unfair. Well, my son said he has nothing to. So, okay. Well, good luck to your son.
It was a charity fight. Good on him. If that was his first fight, he's got a wealth of experience already.
Oh, yeah. But how old is he? Because unless he was 6 weeks old, which you're a bad mama, Rosie. You're a bad mama. But no, please tell us how old he is. Because obviously, what weight class is he? Because you said put him in a different weight category. So what weight class was he in? Like, obviously, what, featherweight? Like, super featherweight? Because obviously, if he's a child, if we figure that out later on. Excuse me. Tests are good, Rosie, I guess. Loss. His opponent does. He lost, but he sparked his interest in his going up to when he was not at work. He's almost 19. I had him at 19. Okay. Good luck. Yeah, exactly. Good luck to Zach. And I'll tell you what, tell him to like and subscribe to Ola's Fight Week show. He'll see loads of fighters, loads of technical conversations about fights. He can pick up a lot. He'll learn a lot. Just about everyone I know that's tuned into Ola and Leroy's show has learned more.
We got some big things planned for 2024 as well. Super excited about.
Well, they had a watch along over the weekend, and obviously Rayo Sancho was there. And I was having a good laugh with him because he seems like one of those ones outside of that off camera. He might be a bit of a thug, and I respect that because I'm from the East End. so I love that about him. Yeah, he's a good laugh.
He gets in on the banter. He knows how it goes.
He's young. I'm incredibly proud. He's raced hundreds. He's 6'3" and about 11 stone. Oh, I can have him. Don't worry about. No, joking.
What's 11 stone?
Well, in pounds.
Kilos.
Or in kilos. Ooh. About 90 kg.
Oh, he's a big boy. All right.
He's quite reasonably big. I can't. Hang on.
He's about my height and my weight then.
Wait a minute. 11 stone to kg. Hang on. I need to figure this one out. to kg. Here we go. Oh, sorry, 69.853.
Okay, 70 kg. Gee,
So,
he's tall. I bet he's got a good reach on him for the division.
well, hopefully, he'll learn from whatever he's done, and he'll move on, and he'll get more experience. But as I said, definitely get him to tune into what everyone. Okay, everyone, we've already answered it, and everyone's now answering for us. Thank you
I
very
appreciate it.
much. 69, 7. You should have done that before I checked it myself. Thank you very much, but I appreciate it. Much obliged. Thank you. Can you post a link, bud, to the Fight Week show? Yes, I can. One moment, actually. Actually, no. Otter was just calling me RoboCop, so no. Why should I plug him now? Right. In fact, don't subscribe. I'm kidding. 1 minute, and I'll literally will post a link in it right now, or if someone can beat me to it, I have no idea. But so yeah, all right. So did you think about Rosie's question in terms of who do you think is your MMA idol of all time?
Of all time,
Yes.
it's hard to say. I don't really have one. I mean, I'm a fan of so many fighters.
All right, then we'll put it so
A nice easy one would be Robert Whittaker.
right.
He's an Aussie, half Kiwi. He good, solid bloke in and out of the cage. Incredible fighter. Being a champion. I don't know. He's always considered. You always know what you're going to get with him.
Fair enough. Plug it before I send more RoboCop to your door. Shut up. You know what? I'm gonna delete that comment. You know, I just put his link and stuff in my chat. I'm gonna take that out now. Go F yourself.
So if you just type in youtube.com/the Fight Week show, it'll take you right there.
Shut up, Riora. Stop helping him. Stop helping him. He doesn't deserve your help. He's a beast. He's a beast. Everyone's just laughing now. Drew, Ola, everyone's just laughing. Drew didn't even say hello. He just walked in and started laughing. Thank you very much. Yeah, big up yourself as well, Drew. Sod. Thank you, RoboCop. Yeah, it's one of my prime directives. Like, you know what I mean?
I think you're gonna have to be Robo Wolf now. I think that.
Well, everyone, no, I'm already getting that. Robo Wolfie, Wolfie Cop, Robo Wolf, like just plain Robo Alex Wolfie. The lot. I've had a lot of it from Tony Ibarra. That guy, believe it or not, the amount of cusses that guy sends to me. Yeah, dead or alive, you're coming with me. If I was gay, it'll be dead or alive, you're coming on me. Like, it depends on how you flip it. Right. You said, is there any others? Like, I'm surprised actually. You haven't mentioned any of the big names like GSP, anything like that. Like, don't any of them lot come into your like thinking when it comes to your favorite fighters?
So, I didn't really have an appreciation for GSP until after he had retired the first time.
Yeah, there is a lot of that with these fighters now. The first time, the second time, maybe the third.
I never really appreciated it, and then in hindsight, when I went back and watched these fights, because I've watched every single UFC event ever. Like I said, like we was talking earlier, I'm a nerd, so I want to know. I want to be able to have known I've seen every single UFC event.
Well, that brings me into the other. What got you into things like graphic designs and arts and playing around with computer stuff and all that kind of stuff? What got you into that?
I've always been pretty creative. I actually originally grew up. My old man's a mechanic,
right?
So I've always been around cars. I'm a spray painter by trade, and I did that for quite a few years. And I always had a knack for computers, and more or less, I landed in a job where those kind of skills were being underserved in the job.
1 minute, Leroy.
Sure.
What are you? If you man don't put some respect on Mighty Mouse and Aldo's name, I'm gonna lose the plot.
Yeah, that's fair. Mighty Mouse might still be the greatest, like even now.
No. Let him lose his shit. He was taking the mickey out of us. Let him lose his shit. No, ignore him.
Aljo is one of my favorites. Right. Like I said, man, there's so many fighters. Like just name 5. It's so hard to slim down. Like every division, and even in every division, I've got probably 10 fighters that are my favorite.
I'm the same because the thing is, I like fighters maybe on an equal footing, but for different reasons. And I'll go into that in a second. But I just want to hang on. You keep reading my comments how aggressive. I know I'm Glaswegian, but come on now. Okay, I didn't realize I was being aggressive. I apologize.
Yeah, after the dots, it's supposed to say cunt.
No, Rosie's not like that. She's nice. She's a good lady, man.
Yeah, that's why she didn't type it out. But I'm saying that's what she's saying to you.
She's not. She's not saying it, but she's thinking it. CM Punk better than both of them, Ola man. All right, okay, yeah, all right, yeah. He's just making fun of things now. So yeah,
So the running joke is that whenever someone asks you a question like who's the greatest mixed martial artist of all time or who was the best in the UFC, the answer is always CM Punk. That's the joke.
that's the sarcasm. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the sarcasm. And what was it called again? The mic bomb. What was it we got famous for in WWE? The mic bomb or whatever it was.
Like I told you, never watched it, man.
Well, no, I've never watched it either. That's why I'm asking you. I'm grabbing at straws, I know, but like it's just Mike Bomb or what? Because
the only reason I even watched CM Punk's fight was because I knew Mickey Gall was gonna make a mince meat out of his face.
Yeah, he did beat him quite quickly though, didn't he?
Beat the fucking brakes off. It was honestly don't know how the athletic commission okayed that one.
Money.
Yeah.
Well, Rosie, I'll tell you what, if you put any more comments in there from now, I promise I will read them like a very, very soft. I'll do it very well spoken, almost posh.
So now she's got to write something super aggressive.
I'll say, hello, good evening, all. I'll make sure it's not very aggressive. Hang on. Aggressive police syndrome. What the hell are you going on about? What are you talking about? If I need to police anything, it's your vicious bum shaking, Ola, because you twerk a lot. You do a lot. I love you, bro. You're my guy, but you do.
I can't say I've ever seen Ola twerk.
Oh, I see him twerk all the time, but you don't watch football streams. That's good.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, you would see certain debauchery that you would never recover from. I'm telling you. Hang on. Nice and politely, Rosie pulls a shocked face. Nice and politely as well, Rosie pulls a happy face. So I think you might have been right when she was calling me a see you next Tuesday.
Yeah.
You might have been right. Hey, yeah, he's speaking facts, but what does the make Mickey Gale? Okay.
Mickey Gale.
Yeah, sorry. Cool, yeah. So what does it make him, Leroy?
Well, so the bigger question is just how good is Kevin Lee?
I don't know. I'll ask you. How good is Kevin Lee?
Shit.
There you go then.
He was really good. He was a fucking talented fighter. I don't really know what happened there. I think the pressure was too much for him. He was great. That's another running joke is one time John Anik said, it begs the question just how good is Kevin Lee? They were talking about fighters that he had fought. And now that's another forever joke of whenever someone asks an MMA question about how good somebody is.
I'll tell you what, your knowledge might be good for this. And on a serious question now, who do you reckon out of all the fighters we've seen it has, in terms of being injured and stuff, has hampered a fighter's development? It could have been really big, but maybe they've had to retire early or their abilities haven't quite
due to injury.
Fuck, that's what I was just thinking. But who would you say might have been the pick of the crop if they stayed without getting injured? Because obviously we're talking about 10 great. Because I'm not gonna lie, if you're talking about the 10 greatest fighters, it never was. I think Tony Ferguson can come into that category as well, because maybe at one time you would have thought his potential was higher than what. Because he could have held a belt at least. Did he hold a belt?
He got the interim belt, and funnily enough, he got his interim belt over Kevin Lee.
Yeah, but he didn't. Did he hold it for long?
I think he got stripped of it because he got injured.
But how many defenses did he have?
I actually don't think he got any defenses in. He had 13 fight win streak in the lightweight division. Yeah, in the UFC.
But no, how many did he have the belt though?
I actually can't recall. I think he might have got it stripped because he got injured afterwards.
That's why I'm not being funny. That's another reason why Tony Ferguson jumped to mind, because I remember when he had, I wasn't sure if he had a belt or not, but I remember him being on his winning run and then him getting injured.
And then it
hampered him a lot.
Yeah, Habib had the belt, and I think he was injured for his interim. So they needed to essentially get the interim is a guaranteed number one contender.
Mm-hmm. The big question of Kevin Lee is good. Then Tony Ferguson puts him on stanky legs. Yeah,
that was one of my favorite moments is watching Kevin Lee stanky leg.
You don't defend interim title.
Yeah,
Only to keep it for a year. Well, yeah, but it depends, innit? Because if your injury is as bad as enough, it doesn't matter if you've had it for 5 minutes; they'll take it off you.
and the
Right?
relationship between Tony and the UFC has always been up.
Yeah. Bit the same as him and Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz is always falling out with Dana
Yeah,
White.
and funnily enough, though, I don't. Both Nate Diaz and Tony Ferguson have actually pretty decent relationships with Dana White. It's more the UFC, like the business side, is where the conflict is, which is understandable. They're kind of at opposite ends.
Well, yeah, because obviously they want to. Because now that they're in bed with WWE now, innit? So I imagine people like Nate Diaz sitting there smoking weed really gets on their nerves, to be honest. Because that whole
they're all under the banner. Well, hopefully, it just means more money for everybody.
Well, you'd expect that a company combined worth, was it 17.5 billion?
Something insane.
Something insane. So tell me some more. Hang on. So you did your graphic design and everything like that in terms of the computer. What made you decide you wanted to do it like, well, kind of like, was it a hobby for you? Was it part of your real job or?
So I picked up a job as a. So as I was saying earlier, growing up, I was a nerd, man. So I was always good on computers. Always knew how to get shit done on computers and that. And I picked up a job as a packing, like in the shipping department. And I could see that that skill was required to do some other tasks. And I just offered. I said, hey, I could help with this if you want. Pick up a few extra hours, a few extra bucks. And it wasn't long before then that, it was basically my full-time gig. And then I had access to programs that you have to pay for that I wouldn't do just as a fucking fun on the side, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm also quite handy with my hands, so I was like building shit and whatnot. So I just picked it up. I don't know, and then started making shit, goofing around, like for Twitter. Like fights were coming up, and I'd make stupid posts, memes, and photo editing. People doing, someone getting their hand raised before the fights happen, shit like that. So yeah, and then I just keep honing the craft, and then get into video editing and shit. Before you know it, I'm pretty decent, I would like to think.
So how far would you now? Have you got any qualifications in it? How far have you come in that regard?
No qualifications. I don't think I mean, qualification is kind of like just look at the resume. Like go onto our YouTube channel and look at what we've done. I mean, it doesn't get any more like a demonstration of your skill set than what you can see.
Mm-hmm.
So don't get me wrong, it's still well amateur, but I'm still, every video I try to learn a new technique or try to refine, get a little bit sharper, get a little bit better each time.
Yeah, fair enough. Right, and I must admit that other than on Saturday when you're doing your watch along, other than your timer, forgetting about it every now and then.
Yeah. Well, so that's actually one that I've just learning OBS now, because I use OBS to have plugins for timers and whatnot. Mm-hmm. That's one that the first timer that I had was shit, because I'd start it, and if I moved away from that screen, it would reset the timer. Okay. Or I couldn't pause the timer. So if there was a low blow and it was a quick timeout for assessment or recovery time, right, I couldn't restart it. So I just have to can it. I've since fixed it, learned how to fix it, made a better version.
Big up, people. Yes. Like Ola said, Dust Up Shakedown tonight.
It's one of my favorite segments on the channel. It's the Dust Up Shakedown.
Fair enough. I'll see you then, Ola. Take care. Big up. I'm off to someone else's show. I'm not going to big them up. Big love to Robocop and Dracula. Big up to yourself, Ola. Have a big one.
I've never even heard of that.
And don't bother. Just give my kisses to Dow. I'm not interested in nobody else.
Is that the lad who's always on Lee Gunner's stream?
No idea.
No, I think you do know. You just don't want to.
Not getting involved.
Yeah, fair enough.
Not getting involved. I'm not getting involved. I tell you what, if you want me to talk to you about this off air, I will. But right here, right now, no, I'm not going there. But
I'll just Google it quickly. Hold on.
Yeah, you can go be my guest. They ain't getting no plug-in from me. But yeah, so going back on it now, have you said we come to all that graphic? You said you keep on learning and you're still relatively amateur. Is there anything else in terms of your education where you might want to go further with it in terms of like go off and get a degree in it? So maybe even for the case of the Fight Week show.
So I do like coding. I really enjoy coding.
Yeah, hang on 1 second. Yeah, big up. Yeah, good comment. Big up that one, Drew. He's referring to the American Arsenal fan channel that is overrun with Spurs fans. Very Arsenal.
Was it Tottenham Spurs?
Yes, Tottenham Spurs. The enemy, essentially. Basically, right? It's if GSP lived in no. And what's the best way to do it? If Khabib lived in a house, but Conor McGregor ran it.
Okay. It seems odd though, because I thought that everyone hated Tottenham.
And well, I don't mind Tottenham. I think all right. When RoboCop attacked, that's not even RoboCop. That's Rocco. Was that Rocco Cop? Rocco Cop attacks. Damn typo. Yeah, you'd have been better if you said RoboCock. That would have been even better. I'd have been like, babe, look at this. Hey, big up, Naz.
Yeah, Naz. He's going to be on the That's Up Shakedown as well. He's a integral part.
Fair enough. Hang on 1 minute. Everyone's getting loads of messages coming up once. Leroy, you're doing well, mate. I want to create content, but I don't have the confidence to even start. Well, come talk with us, Rosie, and you can big up because everyone here.
So, I mean, if you go back to the start of the channel, you'll see stuff before I was a part of the team. But when I go back and watch the first things I started editing, they look like absolute dog shit. And it was the peak of what I could do at that time. Now I know 12 months from now, I'm going to look at the stuff I'm making now and think exactly the same thing. And it's encouraging just to know. My advice is just start creating. If it's shit, it's shit. So be it. Try and make the next video, but do something a little bit better. Or like, I wanted to make this a little bit better. Don't sit there and try to make the perfect video, because the truth is it's probably still going to be shit. It's just the fact, like, maybe not shit in like the production, but like maybe people just aren't interested in watching it.
Well, I think any kind of type of work like that, it's like an arts craft. You do it once, it might be a bit shit. You do it again, you do it slightly better.
It's exactly the same as training. You know, you just got to keep turning up and keep trying.
Exactly. Everyone hates Spursy. Yep, that's true. Big up, bros, from Nazi. Big up, brother.
Big up, Naz.
He's got them modded up, Wolf. Oh, you talking about the American Idiots? All right. Look, that guy's got a problem with me. I don't know why. He's never bothered to say anything to me, so I'm just
probably your forehead, mate.
It might be my forehead. Some people find it annoying, but when you disrespect my friends because of me, that's different. So I'm just gonna leave it there, and all I'm gonna simply say is like I'll never speak his name or whatever else, and just keep my name out of your mouth, and we can keep it the same. Yeah, DMX once said that. Like I've just got no interest in the man. Yeah, but so what's the beginning and end of it? Are you looking to make, obviously with your knowledge of MMA and your knowledge of graphic designs and all PC and stuff, obviously we all continuously learning. What's the ultimate aim for the Fight Week show for you then? Like what would be considered success?
What would be considered success?
Yeah, in your mind, or over success, if you like.
All right, so I would say it's already success from one aspect, and that aspect is that Ola and myself and everybody else is part of it, but it's, you know, Ola and I really spearhead the thing, right? We're the two halves, yeah. We both love it. We both love doing it. We both work well together. We both, you know, enjoy what we're doing and what we're creating. And we stay out of each other's way. Like we never have any conflict. We just get along really well. So in that aspect, it's already a success. In terms of like success for the overall channel, like building a community around MMA and around the Fight Week show, that would be success. Like, and we already have a community, but like maybe, you know, regular viewers, 2,000 viewers tune in every week to watch an episode, and you get that community, and you have a forum and a website associated where everyone can get together and, like, I don't know, just
a proper community, like you said,
a celebration for mixed martial arts week in, week out, much like you do with the watch alongs for the soccer games, like League Gunner, like that kind of angle. Along with the I do enjoy editing as well, so I like to make the videos like how so and so can beat so and so, how 10 best fighters of this
Yeah, the
decade,
technical
or
aspect. Yeah,
yeah,
the technical aspect to the fight. And yeah, you're
yeah.
right. Yeah, I do appreciate and respect that myself because I'm like that as well. Um, See you later at 9. Ola and Leroy, the ultimate background character. Yes, he is.
Yes, brother.
He is. He always plays dastard little tricks. But he's funny as well because he laughed at my Wonder Van comment the other day, so I'll let him off. He liked that one.
Yeah, that's good.
I'll tell you what, the only other one I think he enjoyed more was the Inch Destroyer one. Leroy knows what I'm talking about. You remember that one?
Don't recall.
Like the 1 inch, when I said about my ex called me the 1 inch destroyer, you remember?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, all I remember is sitting there at 3 o'clock in the morning watching this guy completely lose his shit, which I thought was hilarious. There are so many different types of content: painting, DIY, football, snooker, and cooking, baking. Don't know where to start. Well, put it this way: if in terms of what do you want to do, in terms of what, because you could do a lot of things, Rosie. It depends on what you're aiming for. If you enjoy all of them, there's no reason why you can't put all of them in there at some point.
Yeah, I just do one of each.
Yeah, exactly. Because I do gaming, football, mental health, MMA, how people like Ola and them, like how they enjoy it. Because obviously I asked Leroy a little while ago what got him into it, who was his idols in it, like what keeps him interested in it. Because like all sports have ups and downs, and sometimes you have people that you like and you don't like. So it all depends on like what you want to do, because obviously they will go there to see you. So it like as long as you're doing your thing, I don't think anyone will mind. And you can do your betting thing as well, by the way. A little thing you just a lot. I've even said to you, you can come on my channel if you want for that. Or if you're short on ideas to doing your own shows at first, jump on one or two of other people's shows. I'll gladly have you on a show and go from there and work it, because that's exactly what I did. I was on someone else's show in terms of my football content, and then I went off from there. And big up Jez and Arsenal history and more, by the way. Go and subscribe to him. Nice dude. Gave me my first appearance on camera. I was on YouTube before that, but he's just one of those ones where he helped me enjoy it and gave me the little springboard for it, which I appreciate. So just go with what you feel like you need.
Just to further on that one, the other thing too, like when I first started, like I really didn't even know how I was going to make something. One of the things that I did was I just went and looked up the video that I had in mind of making, because someone's already probably made something similar, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I watched it and I was like, oh, you know what? That gave me a whole bunch of ideas. Like I want to do this differently, but I like the way that this flowed. Like you're not ripping somebody off, but you're taking their work as inspiration for your own work.
Well, you do that anyway, regardless of what you see, because you always need a point of reference.
Oh, exactly.
So even artists have point of references, because that's why they won't sit there and just randomly conjure up something to draw. They'll stand there in front of a beach or a mountain. Oh, I'll draw that.
Well, that's why when you look through the history of traditional art, like paintings, you'll see styles, and you can know usually when a painting was made based off the style.
Styles, exactly. Yeah. Yes, very true. How the brush is, the type of texture on the brush, how you see the marks of the brush going down the page. Absolutely right. I don't know any of this shit personally, but I understand the principle.
I mean, it's pretty easy to you could kind of do the same thing with MMA, really. Like watching, if you pick one organization, the UFC, you can pretty easily pick where it falls in on the timeline of MMA, where a fight falls into place based on their skill level, because the competition just constantly goes up and up and up.
True, and the thing is, one thing about everyone makes mistakes. Don't be afraid to make mistakes.
I make them all the time.
We all do. We all do. And the thing is, when it comes to this, it's one of those ones where if you're in it, you don't have to be in it long term. You can drop a video just every now and then. But I think if you're going to do it with a bit of consistency, just do it how you would want to do it. Let people see you. Because at the same time, you can get inspiration from others. But the idea is everyone that comes onto your channel will be there to see you specifically. So, like, obviously,
I think that's one of the biggest things. If you want to make something successful out of YouTube, I think consistency is the number one thing.
Yeah, because realistically, that's what I was doing. I was churning out video after video up until about a month ago. Then I got injured. Then I've gone back from work for my injury, and now I've just had to like plotter. I've been trying to get this guy on for the last 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, I ghosted you last week. I do apologize about
No, it's
that.
all right.
I
No, it's all right,
completely
brother.
forgot.
That's all right. It's all right, dude. It's not no big deal, but it's one
I've
of those.
since turned on notifications for Instagram.
Oh right, yeah. I'm in so many groups. I have to turn a couple of those off still. You know what I mean? Like, I love everyone on a one-to-one basis. Like, their channels are like no one's that notifications are on mute. But when it comes down to the whole group, sometimes I just have to look when I can. Yeah, that's great. Oh, sorry, my missus just messaged me. My bad. Bayern almost 1-0 up. Muller hit the post. I hit the bar from a header. Okay. Cheers, Drew. So right, is there any other projects that you have lined up for yourself, Leroy, in terms of just the Fight Week show? Is there any other things?
We've got plenty lined up, and I cannot tell you.
No, I mean your own personal projects, not just for the Fight Week.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like this takes up so much time. It really is a labor of love. So everything I do outside of this, it has to fall into a category of priority. So obviously, family comes first. Wife, kids.
Cool.
The wife needs me to do something that comes first.
Yeah, cool.
Kids need something, help, sort that out. Whatever. Anything around that kind of goes without saying, right? And then it's the Fight Week show. What are the things that I need to get done this week for the fight show? What are the things that I need to that I'm working on? Maybe I'm editing a video that doesn't have a set time when it's coming out. It's just something I'm working on. Exploring creativity essentially. And then after that, it's what are the other interests I have? And because I have so little time left after all those things, I tend to prioritize the ones that will also benefit the family or the Fight Week show. So one of those things, for example, is learning how to better utilize MySQL. It's like a database language. But so I can incorporate that into the fightweekshow.com. So I can incorporate that aspect in there. So I can justify spending some effort in there.
Fair enough. But do you see yourself maybe setting up your own channel though on YouTube as well as the Fight Week show? Because a lot of people do have multiple accounts, like Lee Gunner, for example.
So I've got the Fight Week showcase.
Yeah, are you going to do anything with that, for example?
Eventually that will become something.
Believe it or not, I've actually tagged you in this as the Fight Week showcase.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, guest as the Fight Week showcase.
So
subscribe to that, by the way, if you haven't. By the way, I'll see if we can start you off early. Actually, let me see if I can. You should still be on there. You might be right at the bottom.
The thing is that channel probably isn't going to get anything for a while because any effort that's worth making onto YouTube, it's worth making for the Fight Week show first.
Yeah, cool. But there's no point. There's nothing wrong with being prepared.
No, not at all. And it eventually it will have something on there. It'll probably be the place. Yeah, it'll become something eventually, but it's going to be a while away.
Yeah. Oh, but listen, I don't mind. Well, it's my show anyway, so I'll give you a little plug anyway. Screw it. Fight Week showcase. Because one thing about it is, I don't think I have it on my subscription list. Because obviously, I thought I did.
You're not a real fan, mate. That's unbelievable.
Oh, don't you hurt me, sweetheart, with your words. Please don't say that. You know I love you. Oh dear. Hang on. Have you got your link to your channel there, Leroy? Have you got it at hand? Can you quickly pop it in the chat?
Into the
chat, yeah. You know the chat that's on the right hand side.
I'm gonna have to go grab it.
Thanks for the advice, guys. I appreciate it. No problem. Yeah, I wish I had sarcastic comment on doing what I love, but the Rangers game is on. Okay, there you go. McDuff not fighting a sarcastic. There's new face, blue smiling. Okay. We'll put it this way, Rosie. I'll drop. I'm not sure if he wants to drop his Insta in there as well. But I'll drop my Instagram in there. If you want to talk to me at any point, jump on a stream or something like that, and come on my show.
I would say the thing is, I'm very much the background man. I take on the what you call it the
producer side, director
side. Yeah, director. So yeah, producer is a good word for it.
But that's one of the reasons
I
why I
would say
wanted.
direct all that traffic and all that energy, obviously first to you, to your Instagram, your YouTube.
No,
But I'm
put your
assuming
stuff in there.
everyone watching is already a fan of yours, already follows you.
Yeah,
Uh,
even Ola. So
yeah, and that's exactly who I was about to reference. So I would say if you're going to follow us on Instagram, go over to the Fightweek Show official Instagram, which is
I can find that as well. By the way, give me a second.
yes, TFWS official.
Sorry, I'll drop a
Before
link.
we-
I'll drop a link on there because quite often when I message Ola, I must message him on his official account. So hang on. TS, there you go. Here's the sod. Share, copy,
I just
link.
dropped the links in the private chat in StreamYard, by the way.
Oh right, okay. What to your one? Oh yeah, he's got both. Hang on. Yeah. Why didn't you just put them in the normal comments?
The private chat was open, so I just hit paste.
All right. Well, there you go. There's the Fight Week 1 official. Go into the private chat. Here we go. The Fight Week showcase. Copy link. Hang on, we'll do it one at a time. There you go. Paste.
Oh, I can't actually comment in here anyway.
Why not?
It says I need to connect my YouTube account.
Oh, well, you're not on this through YouTube? Because obviously I've linked in through my YouTube account. So hang on. 1 minute. Just quickly copy the links. There we go. Copy that. Put that here. So what's in the immediate future? What are you guys going to be talking about in the Dust Up Shakedown? Anything you can let us know? Or
Oh, so the Dust Up Shakedown is pretty much the week in review of the MMA world. Any headlines? We usually talk about the event just gone. So what the event on Saturday night, the UFC events.
295, yeah, 295.
We're not solely just UFC, but a lot of the talk is UFC.
Yeah,
related.
EFC as well.
EFC, Strike Force. I mean, Cage Warrior, pretty much everywhere. But it's kind of what the news cycle is. So if Conor McGregor just got arrested for, punching a chick or something, we'll probably talk about it.
Yeah, we like to hang out they like to hang out all the dirty washing on the Fight Week show.
Yeah, and possible future matchups, super fights. Like there's talks of Leon competing against Islam Makhachev.
Oh, that'd be a good fight.
Yeah, or Leon going up and competing at middleweight as well.
Oh,
so there's a few.
Will that affect his fight game though? Because certain people like jumping up weights don't always suit them.
Well, he cuts big. I think he is a 185er. But
really?
I don't think he's earned the go with double champ yet. Few more defenses. Islam, on the other hand, although Islam's competition's been a little bit all over the place, he's kind of there and ready for it. So I can understand that one.
Conor McGregor drop kicking the baby.
Yeah, we would probably talk about that.
What, he actually drop kicked a baby?
No.
I
hope he didn't. I fucking hope he didn't.
I hope not as well. Like, you got nothing. You done nothing. Like, I'll tell you what. Every time I hear that now on the Fight Week show intro, like, you got nothing. You done nothing.
I love that intro.
So do I.
Good. I just that just reminded me of another one of my favorite fighters, Rampage Jackson.
Big up, Rocky. Hang on 1 second. Big up, Rocky in the house. Young Rick. All right, that is my guy. Upcoming musician. Yeah. Go and check out. Hang on, let me put a little link in his Let me put a link in the chat still, because I tell you what, that is one of my boys right there. I've known that guy for about 15 years. Musician. Big up, Rock. How you doing, bro? That's a real guy right there. Real musician. He's just done a lot with a music video about all that with all the protests of Palestine and stuff in London. I'll tell you what, go and check that out. I'll drop his channel right in my share right now. He's big up, Rock. I hope you're doing very, very, very well, my brother. Good Christmas as well. 1 minute, paste. There you go. So me and Leroy has been spoken, but over the last 10 minutes or 15 minutes, we've just been bigging everybody else up. How nice are we? Like season of goodwill and all that. Yeah, big up, young Rick. Go and please. If you like hip hop, just please give this guy a sub and go and have a look at his music video, because I've known this.
Well, we might have a collab there, because I need backing tracks. So if he knows how to make music as well, that's
yeah. Yeah, Leroy, I tell you what, if you can, have a look. If you like his style, I'll hook you two up. Hey, and if Rocky, if you're still there, if you can work with this guy, trust me, I can imagine you two doing because you'd use all your music for the soundtracks and stuff, and he does do good. I like his music because it's more factual as well. It's not shit chat. It's actual
right.
proper rap in terms of he's talking about real things.
Yeah,
So
I much
have
prefer
to
that.
say, so do I. I can't stand all this modern crap when it's just talking about their money and themselves. It just gets boring.
Just gets repetitive. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, you're good, my bro. Yeah, I hope you're well, my brother. There you go. Look, I hear you. Yeah, my G, please. Like, if you can, go and check out their stuff as well. These guys, like, okay, keep on pointing the wrong way. Their guy, all their stuff is in the links for the channels and stuff is all in the comments. Rock, have a look, please, man, because these guys are really top guys. I work with them. Leroy himself made me a mod. Hopefully, I've not let him down. You know what I mean? Like, I have to say, I really do thank you for that. You know, because since then, I know I'm not part of the Fight Week show, but I'm like one of the boys. You know, but
yeah, for sure.
And I do appreciate that, and I thank you. Can't thank you enough for that. Think highly of yourself. Sit down. Are you talking about? Are you talking to the? What? Hang on. Wait. Was one of us done something to offend you, Rosie? Or was that a joke? Because I can't see no laugh out loud or nothing next to it.
You're reading that aggressively again, mate.
Oh, am I? I thought I was smiling. What's it? My over aggression today? I'm just pouring testosterone somehow. Don't ask me how. But anyway, look, Leroy, is there anything you'd like to big up or?
Yeah, for sure.
Please, like, because obviously I'm going to wrap this up soon. Because obviously, if you got the Fight Week shakedown to do,
big up to you, mate. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
No,
I appreciate your compliments. Appreciate having me on. I like seriously, man. It's just a Fight Week show. If you like MMA, if you like people trying to build something, trying to be a part of something, check out the Fight Week show.
Well, hang on, but Rosie, that helps when you say Yeti. You think highly of yourself. Sit down. When it's put as a general comment like that, I can't but help. I feel like I'm being overly like Glaswegian aggressive again. You know, so
I think I thought it was directed at me, and I was like, I'm already sitting down.
Sitting down, you know what I mean? He's just too tall. He looks like he's standing up. That's all it is. Well, put it this way: is there anything you want? Now we're actually on the subject. Is there anything you want me to do more in the Fight Week chat? Like you want to big up memberships more, or?
I appreciate someone keeping an eye on the chat. Keep the absolute degenerates in check.
Hang on. Keep doing your thing, Wolf. Worldwide business. Trying, my brother. That's what we're all trying to do here right now. We're all just trying to like make our passion our job, like you are, brother, with your music. We're just trying to do our thing. And as I said, Leroy's talent. I tell you what, would you do doing some editing for my channel?
Hell no.
Why not?
Well, unless you're paying me, I'm better off editing my own shit.
Well, obviously, I'd pay you if you make me a little intro or something.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be totally glad to. Like, the only reason I say hell no is because I've had people ask me, can you do this for me or do that for me? And it's like I totally would, but like I said, man, the Fight Week show does take up all that time, right? So I essentially like I just never have time to. I've promised people things and I just never got around to doing it because I never have time to do it.
No worries. Obviously, I'll pay you to do it because if you're doing it as a professional, then I would pay you as I'm not one of those guys. I ask you that, but when you say, it'll cost you this much, I'd be like, but hang on a minute. I thought I was going to get mates rates and all that shit.
Yeah. Listen. With all that being said, I'll talk to you about it off air. I think.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
You'll be right.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go. And hopefully, I can get a decent intro because one thing about it is right. I don't like the YouTube intros because everyone uses them and it's just kind of like.
I didn't even know they had them.
Yeah, you get that dun dun. It's just was it a countdown from 20 or so? Everyone uses it.
Oh yeah.
I can't stand it, man. It's one of the most boring, flat intros I've ever seen. Who are you calling? Wait. We're not degenerates.
Oh no, I'm definitely a degenerate. I meant like the bottom barrel degenerates.
Oh,
and on the Fight Week show specifically, the chat goes pretty far and wide sometimes.
Wait. Hang on a minute, the master of Kong Ru. Talk for yourself. All right. I ain't no degenerate. All right. I'm a wholesome person. I don't know where you got that from. But anyway, it's been nearly an hour and 20. I only tried squeezing it. It's been such fun having you on. Leroy, let me just quickly, because obviously, here you go. Great videos, guys. Well done, Leroy.
I
Keep up the
appreciate
good
that.
work. Well, it doesn't say keep up the good work, but I don't want it to be Glaswegian aggressive, so I added. Hang on. No, hang on. No, Leroy said about degenerate comments. All right. Facepalm. Okay. Well, I was just winding you up, Rose. It's only a joke. I know. But the thing is, you got to remember when he was talking about degenerates, he was referring to us. That's why I made the association. So I think Rosie was talking about Rangers. I thought she was talking about you. But never mind. But yeah, Rosie, do let us know if you do future content. We can all help if you want it, or at least subscribe. Do let me know. No, I know I'm being sarcastic. Yeah, we all are, darling. That's how you do it when you make it through the world. You just make jokes and be sarcastic, and hopefully your bitterness will never get the better of you. But anyway, big up Longhaired Yeti in the chat. Give that guy a like and a sub. Big up Rock, Young Rick in the chat. Like and subscribe. Obviously, the Fight Week show and everything's there. Please, 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 please smash these guys a like and sub, because they're all nice people. And I've known young Rick Rocky. I've known him for about 15 years of my life, man. Me and him come through the ends together, as they say. She would be right if it was about me. Yes. I will. Thank you so much. Comments are taken out of context. That's what we do here. It's called headlining. That's what you do. You make something small into something big.
Yeah, it's half the fun.
You know what I mean? Like, Glaswegian, let's loose in comments. You know what I mean? Like, that's how you do it, man. You blow it up. You make it profile. But anyway, people, take care. Stay safe. Please, if you haven't, smash a sub and a like on my channel as well. Take care. Stay safe. And we are out of here. Have a good Christmas, y'all.